Good afternoon. I'm Parker Paget at the Ozarks First Digital Desk, and today I would normally be talking to you when it comes to draft day in the NFL about what people would want to see the Chiefs draft, but we're not doing that today, and obviously by the time a lot of people watch this, the draft will have come and gone. So what we're doing this time is we are taking a look at the last 10 drafts that the Kansas City Chiefs had, and we're taking a look at each player that was selected and where they have where they're at currently and what they've been able to do since they've been drafted. So we'll start 10 years ago. Let's start all the way back in 2015. A lot of people might remember the first draft pick for the Chiefs that year was Marcus Peters. Now, he last played in the NFL with the Las Vegas Raiders in 2023. Now, Mitch Morse was the second round pick, 49 overall. He actually retired this last spring. He played for the Chiefs through the 2018 season, then for the Bills through the 2023 season, and then most recently last year with the Jacksonville Jaguars. The third round picks, Chris Conley. He played for the Chiefs for 3 years, and then most recently signed a 1-year deal with the San Francisco 49ers. The other third round pick was Steven Nelson. Now, he was a player that played for the Chiefs, then went away for several years, and then recently re-signed with the Chiefs. He was on the practice squad through much of last year. Ramik Wilson was 118 overall in round 4. He played for Kansas City in 2017. Played for 4 teams after that. Most recently was associated with the Carolina Panthers in 2019. DJ Alexander was a round 5 pick, 172 overall. He played for Kansas City for about 2 years and most recently played for the Philadelphia Eagles in 2019. James O'Shaughnessy, round 5, the 173rd overall pick, He played for the Chiefs for a couple years and then 4 teams since then, and most recently was on the Minnesota Vikings roster in 2022. Now, probably the most successful player in this draft class, didn't really win anything with Kansas City, but left and then went on to win. That is Rakeem Nunez-Roches. He was a 6th-round pick, 217 overall, and was with the Chiefs for a couple years. Then went on to Indianapolis, but his most famous stint was from 2018 to 2022 when he played for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and actually beat the Chiefs in Super Bowl 55. So he has a Super Bowl ring, and he signed a 3-year deal with the New York Giants in 2023. And the last pick was Deron Brown, round 7 pick, 233rd overall. Now, he was a practice squad player through the first 2 years of his contract. He was with several other teams, but never played a professional down in the NFL. His most recent contract was with the Chargers, another practice squad contract in 2017. Now, the 2016 draft, that was 9 years ago. You'll recognize a lot of names on this list because 1, 2, 3, 4 of them are still playing in the NFL. Unfortunately, only one of them is playing for the Chiefs, and that was the first pick the Chiefs had. Round 2, 37 overall, that was Chris Jones. And obviously, we all are very familiar with Chris Jones, 3-time Super Bowl champ. He is with the Chiefs, recently signed an extension last year. The 74th overall pick was in round 3, and that's when the Chiefs took Kavari Russell. He was with the Chiefs for the 2016 campaign, then several other teams afterwards. Most recently was with the Saints in 2021. Parker Enger was the 4th-round pick, 105th overall. He was with the Chiefs for the first 2 years of his career, then bounced around 6 more teams. Most recently was with the Detroit Lions in 2021. Now, Eric Murray, round 4, 106th overall. He was with the Chiefs for about 2 to 3 years, I believe, and then he most recently signed a 3-year deal with Jacksonville in March of this year. Demarcus Robinson, round 4, 126th overall. He was with the Chiefs through 2021. He was a member of that Super Bowl 54 team. He's played for several other teams since then, most recently signed this offseason with the 49ers. Kevin Hogan was a 5th-round pick, 162 overall. He was with the Chiefs just 1 year. That was 2016, the year he was drafted. And then he became a journeyman working with several other teams, and his most recent stint is with the current UFL team, the San Antonio Brahmas. Now, any Chiefs fan will tell you that gems are found in the later rounds, and no gem was ever more impactful, I'd say, in this most recent Chiefs dynasty than Tyreek Hill. And he was picked 5th round, 165th overall. He was with the Chiefs through 2021. He was a member of that Super Bowl 54 roster. Then he was traded to Miami in March of 2021. He has been there ever since. Round 6, we look at 2 picks for the Chiefs. First one was DJ White, 178th overall. He was with the Chiefs for a couple years, then 7 more teams after that. Most recently was with the Las Vegas Raiders in 2020, and their last pick was a gentleman named Dottie Nicholas. He was the 203rd overall pick. He was with the Chiefs through 2017, then played for 5 more teams, recently signed with the Calgary Stampeders in the Canadian Football League in 2020. Now, 2017 is a year Chiefs fans will remember forever, specifically because of their first-round pick when they traded up all the way to pick number 10, where they took Patrick Mahomes. I'd say for certain that pick has worked out well. 3-time Super Bowl champ, 3-time Super Bowl MVP, and 2-time NFL MVP, and he still has several years left on his current deal. Now, the second-round pick that year was Teno Passignon. 59th overall. He was with Kansas City through 2020, and then he signed with the New Orleans Saints in 2021 and has been there ever since. Kareem Hunt is another name that has always been attached to that 2017 draft out of Toledo. He was the third-round pick, 86th pick overall, and he was with the Chiefs for a couple years, and he was with the Browns for several years, and then most recently signed with the Chiefs last year when Isaiah Pacheco was injured, and I believe Kareem Hunt has signed with the Chiefs for another year this offseason. And the last 3 names on this list are Jehu Chesson, Ukeme Elegwe, and Leon McQuay III. Those are players that didn't really pan out in the NFL. They played for the Chiefs for a couple years, but most recently, their appearance in professional football has been pretty much dormant the last 5 to 6 years. Now, the 2018 draft is one draft that diehard Kansas City Chiefs fans kind of look back on as kind of one of the worser drafts when you compare it in terms of success and starters and playmakers. And we start off with our first pick in that draft, the 2018 draft. It was a round 2 pick, 46th overall, and the Chiefs had selected Breeland Speaks. And yes, he was part of the Super Bowl 54 squad, but he's bounced around several teams, and most recently is currently with the UFL Michigan Panthers. Derek Nottie was the 75th overall pick. He was the Chiefs selection in round 3. He's won 3 Super Bowls with the Chiefs, but most recently, this past offseason, he had signed a deal with the New York Jets. Dorian O'Daniel, 100th overall pick in round 3. He was with the Chiefs through that first Super Bowl run. He made a comeback with the revamped USFL's Pittsburgh Maulers. But after the UFL merged with the XFL to create the UFL, they left Pittsburgh behind. He has not played professional football since. Armani Watts was 124th overall in round 4. He was with the Chiefs through 2021, a part of that Super Bowl 54 roster, signed with Indianapolis, and then most recently signed with the Canadian Football League team, the Toronto Argonauts, this year. Tremont Smith, 196th overall. He was a round 6 pick. He was with the Chiefs for a couple years and then became a journeyman, and then most recently signed with the Houston Texans. And the Chiefs' last pick in that 2018 draft was Khalil McKenzie, 198th overall in round 6. He was with the Chiefs for his rookie year, then he was waived, then spent several years bouncing from practice squad to other football leagues, back to the NFL, and most recently was connected to the St. Louis Battlehawks in 2024. Now, the 2019 draft, you're going to start seeing a lot of those cornerstone pieces that you see on the current roster at this time, and as we get closer to present day, you'll recognize a lot more of those names. The first draft pick the Chiefs had in 2019 was Mecole Hardman. He is the one that caught the Super Bowl winning pass against the 49ers. Round 2, 56th overall. He's a 3-time Super Bowl with the Super Bowl champion with the Chiefs. Then he went to the New York Jets. Then he signed back with the Chiefs, won another Super Bowl, and now he has signed with the Packers. Their next pick in that draft was Juan Thornhill. That was 7 picks later, 63rd overall in round 2. He is a 2-time Super Bowl champ with the Chiefs, signed with Cleveland in 2023, and he most recently signed with the Pittsburgh Steelers in March on a 1-year deal. Colin Saunders is a 3rd-round pick. He went 84th overall. He is a 2-time Super Bowl champ with the Chiefs, signed with the New Orleans Saints in 2023. He's still there. You might remember him. He had a interception on Patrick Mahomes on that Monday Night Football game this most past recent season, and made some headlines for how far he was able to get that ball up the field after that interception. Rashad Fenton was a round 6 pick, 201st overall. He won a Super Bowl with the Chiefs in 2020. It was the Super Bowl 54. Then he signed with the Falcons in 2022 and most recently signed with the Arizona Cardinals in 2023. Darwin Thompson, a lot of people may remember him. He is the one that caught the fumble on that kickoff return against the Houston Texans in 2019 when they were down 24-0 and then ended the half leading that game. He's the one that caught the fumble on that kickoff return, really swung the momentum. He was with the Chiefs the first 2 years, 214th overall pick, round 6. He was with the Chiefs the first 2 years, then several practice squad stints with other teams, and most recently had signed to the Las Vegas Raiders, but that was it back in 2023. Now, Nick Allegretti, he is probably one of the more successful late-round picks the Chiefs have had in recent memory. Round 7, 216th overall. He has won 3 titles with the Chiefs, but he did sign with the Washington Commanders in 2024 for a 3-year, $16 million deal. The 2020 draft featured 6 selections. And we start off with Clyde Edwards-Helaire, first-round pick, 32 overall. He was a 2-time champion with the Chiefs. He did have a substantial absence this last season as he was working through some things. He eventually has signed with the New Orleans Saints after being released by the Chiefs. Willie Gay, round 2, 63rd overall. He is a 2-time champ with the Chiefs until 2023. He signed with the Saints after his last season in the red and gold, and then he recently signed this past March with the Miami Dolphins. Lucas Niang is a 3rd-round pick, 96th overall, also won 2 championships with the Chiefs. He was waived by Kansas City in November of last year. One of the more famous names on this list, L'Jarius Sneed, round 4 pick, 138th overall, won 2 Super Bowl rings. He was traded to the Titans in 2024 and has been in Tennessee ever since. Mike Dana is currently with the Chiefs, round 5 pick, 177th overall, and he's also won 2 titles with the Chiefs. And the last pick of that year was Bo Peep Keys, and he was a round 7 pick, 237th overall. And he was with the Chiefs in 2020. They kind of became a journeyman working through several different teams, and he was most recently signed and is currently on the San Antonio Brahmas roster with the UFL. We talked about 2019 having a lot of cornerstone pieces. You will see some household names in these next several drafts, 21, 22, 23, and most recently last year. Starting in 2021, a couple second-round picks, 58 overall, Nick Bolton, still with the Chiefs, a couple Super Bowl championship rings. He signed an extension for 3 years this offseason. Another second-round pick, just 5 picks later, Creed Humphrey. He signed an extension for 4 years in 2024. He is still with the Chiefs. Joshua Kando, round 4, 144th overall. He won 1 Super Bowl ring with the Chiefs, but he has not appeared in any professional roster since 2022. Noah Gray is a 2-time champ. He was drafted 162nd overall in round 5. He's still with the Chiefs, and he signed a 3-year extension in 2024. Cornell Powell is the 181st overall pick in that draft in round 5. He has won 2 titles with the Chiefs. He was with them until 2024. Then he was signed to Seattle's practice squad roster. He was most recently with the DC Defenders in the UFL. And Trey Smith is probably the largest diamond in the rough, the late round gem in that entire draft. Some people argue round 6, 226th overall. He is a 2-time Super Bowl champ with the Chiefs, and he was franchise tagged this offseason as they continue to work out a deal. Now, the 2022 draft, many diehard Chiefs fans will argue, is probably the most successful draft for GM Brett Veach. And granted, Brett Veach is not responsible for many of those drafts 10 years ago, 9 years ago, 8 years ago. But in terms of production, starters, efficiency, this is arguably this might be Brett Veach's best draft class. So we start with round 1, 2 first-round picks in this draft. 21st overall, Trent McDuffie. Keep in mind, everybody in this draft class is either still on an NFL roster or still with the Chiefs. So Trent McDuffie, 2-time champ, still with the Chiefs. He was 21st overall. George Karlaftis, 30th overall, 2-time champ, still with the Chiefs. Sky Moore, 2nd round, 54th overall, he's still with Kansas City. Brian Cook was the 62nd overall pick in round 2. He's still with the Chiefs. Leo Chanel, 103rd overall pick, round 3. He is still with the Chiefs. Joshua Williams, cornerback. He was a round 4 pick, 135th overall, 2-time champ, still with the Chiefs. Now, Darren Kennard, round 5, 145th overall. This is a kind of a unique fact about him. two-time champion with the Chiefs, signed to Philadelphia's practice squad, won a Super Bowl with the Philadelphia Eagles this past February. So you can argue he was the first person to three-peat in the Super Bowl era if you're interested in fun facts. Jalen Watson, Isaiah Pacheco, Najee Johnson, all 7th-round picks. Jalen 243rd, Pacheco 251, Najee 259. Those are all three still active players on Chiefs rosters. In 2023, the Kansas City Chiefs, Kansas City as a city, held the draft, hosted the draft in Kansas City, and so the Chiefs selected Kansas State product Felix Anudike-Uzomah, 31st overall in round one, and he is still with the Chiefs. He's won a Super Bowl. Most of these players in this draft have won one Super Bowl ring, and that was the Super Bowl over the 49ers. They would have two if the Chiefs had beaten the Eagles in February. Rashee Rice, 55th overall in round 2. He's still with the Chiefs. Wanya Morris, 92nd overall, round 3. He's still with the Chiefs. Chamari Connor, round 4, 119th overall. He is still with the Chiefs. B.J. Thompson is 166th overall, round 5. He is still with the Chiefs. Keandre Coburn, he was drafted 194th overall, round 6. He was waived by the Chiefs in October of 2023. Bounced around some teams, most recently signed with the Titans in March to a one-year deal. And Nick Jones, round 7, 250th overall. He won a championship ring with the Chiefs. He left Kansas City in 2024 and had signed with the Giants, the New York Giants, in 2025. In our last draft, this happened last year. So these are players that I would say 7 players in this draft class, 6 of them are still with the Chiefs. First round pick, 20th overall, Xavier Worthy out of Texas. He's still with the Chiefs. Their second round pick, 63rd overall, Kingsley Suamataia. He is still with the Chiefs. Jared Wiley, round 4, 131st overall. He's still with the Chiefs. Jaden Hicks, round 4, 133rd overall. He's still with the Chiefs. Hunter Nosrad, he is still with the Chiefs, round 5th, 159th overall. Now, Kamal Hayden, round 6, 211th overall. He signed with Green Bay's practice squad in 2024, I believe, but he did re-sign a features deal with the Packers in January of 2025, and C.J. Hansen was their last pick of last year's draft, 248th overall, round 7. He is still with the Chiefs at this time. So if you're watching this, it's likely the Chiefs have made their selections for the 2025 draft. We'll see where they're at down the road. But sign off in the comments. Who was your favorite Chiefs pick in the last 10 years other than Patrick Mahomes? And what picks do you think were just big misses? And who do you think they should have drafted instead? Let us know. Reporting from the Ozarks First Digital Desk, I'm Parker Padgett.